Well, the house is an absolute mess. I am running the hot water lines in through the bathroom, through the kitchen, and up under the counter. So I am in my own way of the camera, so I will do that and then come back to you. Sorry that there's no video in this section, but I'm just like really in a tight, cramped spot here trying to run that through. I don't know what you can see here, but I'm trying to run the pipe in my bathroom. Okay, that one's a push in to the hot water valve. It just seems too easy. It's so mind-blowing how easily they go in. The push-in PEX fittings. Okay, there's that. I'm going to come up to here and cut it and fit that in. This is going to be the tight one here. I've got to fit this into here. And this goes out to here. And hope that doesn't fall off when I'm done. Just need to cut straight. Oh, come on. Right? It's not very straight. It's hard to cut down under there. And this one goes here. I'm sure you can't see everything I'm doing very well. I'm trying my best, but all these push-on fittings are just so easy. It's just scary how easy they are. Actually, the push-in fittings are not as easy to manipulate because there's resistance. And they're bigger, so they take up more space in here. And I've got to put an elbow. Hope I don't run out of parts. I hope I haven't. Here we go. Here's an elbow. So now I've got the bathroom sink, the kitchen sink, the shower water connection. This is going easy today. This part is going quick. As long as I can get that to bend without kinking the PEX pipe, then I'll get this in there today pretty easily. All I gotta do is run the lines outside, hook up the water heater. Hope it still works after sitting for a little while, and we'll be good. I hope that'll go. Piece of pipe. I need a 4-inch piece. Okay, and an elbow. I sure hope these don't leak. My cats wreaked havoc on the drain down under the bath or the kitchen sink already. They really did a job on that. I gotta rebuild that whole drain down there and put supports and props under it so that they don't rip it apart anymore. I'm sure you can't see a thing, right? Just my back? Alright, no point in me recording. Okay, I've got the coil of tubing run through from outdoors into the tiny house, and then I'm going to obviously put in that last press and pex shark bite fitting, and then I'm going to run on out here. I'm probably going to have to put in an elbow because that stuff is hard to work with. I'll have to run it out here and over into the water heater. So I don't have an adapter of a hose for the water heater, so that's going to have to be forced in somewhat. And yeah, I might have to run into town and get some elbows because I don't know if I'm going to have enough. No, I need a T and an elbow. I might make it happen. It might work out because I've got to tee off from the cold water into the water heater. So let's see how it goes here. Now inside you can see the hose that comes from outdoors, and then you see the hose that's going to go to the shower, okay, which I'll be doing here in a minute. Actually, I'm going to leave that off until last because I've got to be able to have room to work on the faucet. I'm going to build a frame of wood in here with a piece of plywood for the faucet to drill through so it's firm and doesn't rip a hole in the wall of the shower. By the instructions from the shower kit, that was an unsupported thing where you just sort of drill 3 holes in the plastic wall of the shower and then have the water valves just hanging there, and that would not hold up very long, I think. So I'm going to do it properly and nicely with the framework and drill holes through the framework and then mount it into a wooden frame here so that it's going to be longer lasting. So I'm just going to press this last piece in right here. You won't be able to see me, and then the rest of the work will be outside until we're done and ready to run the shower, the shower connections. So it's pretty exciting here, everybody. Pretty exciting work going on here in the tiny house, the off-grid tiny house on wheels. By the way, I'm uploading a 20-minute video, and this is why it takes me forever to get anything done around here. Now obviously I'm not going to sit here and stand by and watch the computer while it works, but I do it during daylight hours, alright, so that the sun is shining fully and my computer is able to use the solar power in full sunlight rather than running off the batteries in the evening. So I do run back and forth to my computer and back throughout the day as I work, in and out as I work, to get your videos uploading for your enjoyment. So back to what I was doing. I just put 2 screws in to hold that on the wall so I can work on it, figure how it's going. All these batteries got to go there in my way for doing this, but I can't change that. Now, there's the propane tank line. The propane tank sits down here. That's all good. I've got the spot for that. Now I've got to get the water input and water out. So I have to split here, split this line, and tie in. So I'm going to go get my plumbing supplies. I took the valve that I had indoors and I hooked it on here, okay, onto the cold water inlet of the heater, and then I'm going to come across and cut this here and tee in. Right here. There'll be some water spurt, I think. Now that's just sucking out from the line as far as the sink goes. It can't go out any further than that. Put the T in, and then the hot water connects, and that's it. Then we can try it. These things are so easy, it's just scary how easy they are. It just doesn't seem like they can work. It's just so simple. It's unbelievable how simple, scary simple they are. Okay, now I wonder what happens if I turn on water right now. It should spurt out the bottom of that, I would think. If I pressurize that. Yeah, that fired up. Okay. It sensed flow and it tried to ignite. Definitely a good thing. I heard that thing try to ignite. So that's good. Shut it off. Where am I leaking? Upstairs. I've got a small leak, so I've got to tighten that, of course. So shut off the water to that, and I should have pressure in the house. Good. House is pressurized again. I'm going to shut off the pump while I work. So I have cold water again, running cold water. The splice is holding up. There's no leaks. These are amazing. I've got to tighten this one, obviously, the fitting up here. I might have to put Teflon on there. I'll have to see. But anyway, there's that. So the igniter on this still works, that's for sure. I heard it go. Now I think what I'm going to do is put a little bit of a flashing up here, a heat shield as well later, to bring the heat up and out, away, and then also keep the, I'm going to have to temporarily put a cover over that for when it rains. So now I've got to come down with the hot water, and I'm going to have to put an elbow in it in order to get up in there, because otherwise I can't get that in there. I don't have a push-in elbow, so I'm going to have to do a clamp-on elbow. My last elbow fitting and my last two PEX clamps. That's it, everybody. Getting down to the last of the last fittings now. Okay, the last two clamps, last elbow, and a pressure fitting for that. Well, I'm going to go ahead and tape, let me get my Teflon tape and tape that up. Now, I just wrapped Teflon tape on there and realized I had the camera off. Let's put this on. Can't get in there with anything. I think my other wrench is too big to get in there. Let's see. Hope they allowed for a wrench to fit in there. Yeah, barely. Barely. Oh boy. Yeah. That isn't working. Okay. I'm going to have to figure that out with something else. And that's not going. I'm going to tape this as well, the cold water fitting. Why is it so stiff? Well, there was some water in there. So I'm going to get my shirt up there. I don't have a rag. want to tighten that too hard. So now we've got a T in. Looks good. I will say I'm not a plumber. This is my disclaimer. I am not a plumber. I am making this up as I go along. This is an off-grid tiny house on wheels that I'm making up as I go along. This plier is awkward for the beginning, the first crimp. It's always quite awkward. I don't know how the professionals use these tools, but I'll tell you, I have struggles with this thing. Okay, now I've got to go inside and make sure. This is going to be the scary part. I've got to go in and find out, make sure everything's not going to leak. This is the scary part because I can't be here and there. Oh boy. Alright, I'm going to run in and double check all my fittings and come, well, then I'll go in and try running hot water. Alright, we got the fittings down here and it's closed. I'm going to leave it closed for now, one at a time, okay? Over here in the bathroom, turn on the light. We got the fixture here closed. That's going to stay closed because that's not connected to anything. And we've got the fixture down here closed. I'm going to leave it closed. We're going to open one at a time. Alright? So, make sure everything's off. We're going to go out and turn on the, make sure all the valves are off. I'm going to go on and turn on the water pump. We've got the propane tank on. Alright, connected and turned on. I'll turn on the water pump switch. Okay, nothing happened. The lines are pressurized. I'm going to turn this on and you should hear this fire. That's scary. It means there's going to be pressure in the house. Oh, that's bad. Oh, that's bad. Okay. There's something wrong. Oh, that's bad. There's something wrong. This is not cool. Where's it coming from? Is it it's not supposed to be under pressure, maybe? No, it's got to be under pressure. There's water coming out of somewhere. It's coming up from up inside. Oh, this is not cool at all. Not cool at all. Oh, this is really not cool. It's leaking badly. I can't tell where it's coming from. I'm gonna have to take this apart. Well, bummer. That's a bummer. I'm not gonna have hot running water today. Oh no. I was so excited. Everything works, but it leaks. Oh. That's a disappointment. I was so excited today. Ah. That's a disappointment. Well, I'm gonna go have lunch. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I was gonna finish this first, but no. I'm gonna go have lunch.